So here we are with a 10-year-old Surrey alpaca. He has not been handled much. This is about the third time he's ever been haltered, and that has all been within about the last month of us owning him. So what Nick's doing right now is just a little desensitizing, so we're getting ready to trim his feet. And we've been, you could probably blame us for that, because we've been having him lay down when we've been using that, at least on his belly. So he's just trying to default to what we've been working on with him. So this is just the start, and this guy is the worst of the three of them that we got. Definitely the most flighty, the most doesn't want to walk on the lead. He's just the little trickiest of them. So this should be an interesting endeavor. He's like, but the laying down thing worked for me before. So those are all things that this desensitizing you want to help to stop, because that can be a really nasty kick. I mean, they may be tiny, but they still can hurt. Better. So there is kind of step one and what we're trying to get to with these guys. Always something that you can start with. And this was actually the guy I liked the most. I thought he was the cutest thing. These guys are just over here laughing because they're like, we're done. We got our toes trimmed already. So Nick's just going to shorten him up here, probably do a little more desensitizing, and then we'll get to trim his feet. Okay, so here we are with this 10-year-old alpaca. So getting ready to trim his nails. We started with the desensitizing. And this is really by far the most difficult one that we have. So we got Tiffany helping out to hold his head here, and Nick is just trying to move down to get to his feet here. There we go. So you can see how soft these little pads are. And so Nick's just doing a little more desensitizing. Who knows when last time this guy actually had his feet trimmed, just based on his handling. I'm sure it might have been a while, if ever. I mean, they seem like they do all right walking them off. That one's not too bad. What do you think, Nick?
No, not too bad. He's doing good.
Very nice. So one of the things we're talking about is it's not necessarily the length. It's just watching to make sure to get that flat feel down them so that they're not curling up and over onto the foot. But yeah, all this touching is really helpful with the desensitizing. So he's relaxed. Nick lets his foot go. And everybody kind of steps away a little bit, give him a little bit of a relief of pressure there. And just keep in mind, I mean, this is an alpaca that has barely been handled. He's 10 years old, so this is the real deal of trying to get them used to this kind of stuff, so that they don't get so stressed and so afraid. That's what we're working on, is helping them to understand that we're going to be friends. Little buddies over there. Little buddies over there. All right, ready for a back foot? Okay, so back feet are always going to be a little more difficult. So Nick's going to kind of do the same thing. Tiffany's going to be helping out just to kind of keep his head up. very good. You always want to make sure that you continue to follow through. This is how they lay down, is because they want to kind of protect themselves. So it's not always a good default when you're working with them. And he's starting to spit. Hold on, baby. So here you go. This is real common. He's just trying to lay down to kind of protect his underside. So what we're trying to do is just keep him standing. So it's a pretty easy default for him to want to do that. We think it's pretty cute, but when it comes to handling for stuff like this, it can actually be much more difficult. So here we go again with just trying to touch and desensitize. Oh, there we go. He's doing some spitting up front there. Next kind of got him by the hock. So he's going to move down the foot. There we go. How's he doing up there, Tiff?
He's starting to relax and spit at the same time.
Relaxing and spitting at the same time. Good habit to get into. So for me, I mean, one of these things is just, geez, I mean, if he would have been handled a lot more as a young guy, or even just a little bit more, this wouldn't have to be so stressful and terrifying. So all we're trying to do is to make this as simple as possible of a process for him, so that he can get used to this, that it's not going to be so stressful for him, and it can actually at some point maybe be a pleasurable experience to simply have his feet trimmed. And this is just common maintenance, so it's not like we're doing something that he doesn't require. This is things that they do require and care that they do need on a fairly regular basis. So the more handling that you can do, and the less stressful it's going to be for these guys. So it looks really nice. Those don't even look too long. So I'm next going to give him an opportunity to relax here. Once he does, he's going to allow him to set his foot down. And always keep on your toes. And these guys definitely, he does feel that he's probably fighting for his life a little bit. So, so we let that happen, be able to back away. So there you go, trimming an alpaca's feet.